and welcome back to another video. I'm Lucy Luxburn, and today we're going to try something a little bit different. This will actually end up being a series of mine, but I have no idea what to call it just yet. But the premise is basically I just do a sort of shallow dive into random topics that interest me. These will end up being educational, even if the topics are super random. But hopefully you'll find it interesting as well, and I'll add in any references I use down below, so if you want to look further into it, you can see what I've used or misused. See how we go. Now hopefully you find these as interesting as I do. I delve quite deep into research actually. I had to scrap like 50% of the script because I kept going on tangents. The one problem especially with history videos is that everything is intertwined and it's so easy to just find a new nugget of information and just go running off with it. Okay, tangents aside, let's start with the very first topic. Now, most people who use the internet are aware of the archaic rap meme, which basically composed of this photo with reimagined archaic lyrics, usually from rap or pop songs. My personal favourite is this one. Now, the man behind the painting was Joseph Ducrot, who was a French portrait painter, miniaturist and engraver who lived between 1735 and 1802. Now, his speciality was portrait painting, and his early work was done in pastels, like this picture here of Maria Antonia, who later became Queen Marie Antoinette. In fact, this was the portrait that was sent to Versailles so Louis XVI could see his new bride before they met. Now, at the start of the French Revolution, Ducrot went to London where he drew this portrait here, which is the last known portrait of the Louis XVI before his execution. Now, leading up to and during the French Revolution, so through the 1780s and 90s, is where he produced his most widely recognized pieces, like this one of him yawning, and of course the infamous piece that became the archaic rap meme. Now, this style of painting allowed him to break free of what was traditional portraiture at the time, which was quite stiff and expressionless. He definitely had quite a few influences, including his interest in physiognomy. Now, physiognomy is a pseudoscience and pretty racist, but that's a whole video topic in itself. It had a resurgence though in the 18th century thanks to Joan Lavater and his best-selling book, Essays on Physiognomy. Now, this pseudoscience is basically the idea that you can assess someone's character and morality based on their physical appearance. And this book broke down each part of the face and gave it each a detailed reading, including the idea that someone with a slightly upward bending nose had a superior attitude, which is where the term stuck up came from. Now, a place where he got some obvious inspiration from were tronies, which were a common portraiture style in the Dutch Golden Age, which roughly spanned the 17th century. Now, tronies are head and shoulder portraiture, which usually show either a stock character in costume or an exaggerated facial expression, usually for the purpose of selling on the open market or to be used as samples for potential clients. Now, Rembrandt actually created quite a few of these, mostly of himself and his family, but they also include pieces like this one of a young woman. Now, this genre includes some famous examples as well, such as Johannes Vermeer's Girl with a Pearl Earring. Now, Ducrot was definitely more inspired by the more extreme expression side of tronies, and this is where we turn to Franz Xaver Messerschmitt, who was a German-Austrian sculptor famous for his character heads, and I recommend checking this guy's work out because a few of his sculptures just made me laugh out loud. They're a good time. So Ducrot was obviously a skilled painter who was influenced by his time and other artists around him, But art also ran in his family. His father was a painter, as was his eldest son and two of his daughters. Now, his eldest daughter, Rose, was actually quite notable, and she was part of really a collection of women during and the aftermath of the French Revolution. And I just wanted to share with you one of her paintings because I think it's really pretty and I just love the way she paints fabric. But yeah, I could probably do a whole nother video just on the rise of the woman painter in this time period. And that was the video. I hope you found this at least slightly interesting. I kind of went deep into the rabbit hole with research for this. I went way off topic multiple times. But yeah, remember to take care of each other and yourself, and see you next time. Very last known... Why did you beep at me? Including physiognomy? Now, portrait painting was his... Great at speaking.